debt freedom. Debt freedom. Debt freedom. Debt freedom. Just making good decisions consistently. I got a lot of time in my hands. Maximize this shit. Hurry up. Just hurry up and get it done. Just hurry up and get it done. Paid a portion of another debt and about 2 more payments. I mean, I genuinely could do it all right now, but I'm actually being thoughtful with it too. I want to make sure that I still have some in my pocket and just to cover any expenses that may come. So making sure that I put a little bit on the side for, just anything that may come. Paid a portion of another debt that I had, and yeah, just keep chugging along at it. So that's just what I have to do. I also have a very good meeting coming Monday, and on Tuesday, 11 o'clock. So far we've met twice. I think the third time is going to be more of a transactional conversation. I already sent the proposal out to him, and the goal is to talk about that proposal come Tuesday. And I think my numbers are fair. I think the numbers that I proposed are fair. And I don't want to start counting money that isn't mine yet, but I will say that closing this deal would mean a lot as well, from being able to take care of at least 30 to 40% of one of the debts that I owe, plus having some residual income to come in. And as long as I keep building and doing everything that I'm doing as well, that should position me to continue paying off the debts faster, having income to cover some of the expenses that I already have, and overall just keep chugging along, just batten down the hatches, if you will, just taking care of these immediate debts. And it feels awesome. The first one, it was like, all right, bam, I got that chip off my shoulder. And then the next one, I was like, all right, bet, I got that one knocked out of the way. And mainly because they were personal debts, as in people, right? They were debts that I owed to people. And I'm not going to say never, but bro, I genuinely can't remember me borrowing money from people, asking anybody for money, like genuinely. And I had gotten in this relationship. I allowed this girl in my life, and it's funny how they say that your environment begins to influence you. And to be honest, man, I don't know what had gotten over me, but I had this confidence to ask somebody else for money, and I genuinely can't even remember the last person I ever asked for money, bro. So that got at me. That really tugged at my heart. And now I'm just paying off that debt. And it wasn't crazy amounts. It wasn't anything that was like fucking outrageous. But it has to be taken care of. So that's what I'm doing. I'm doing a little bit of extra work right now, so that I could pay this off and just keep hustling, man. Just keep fucking hustling. To keep doing what I was designed to do. Keep doing what I was built to do. Overall, as far as the credit card debts, the first ones that I want to take care of is my business credit cards. There's two of them that I have, and I want to make sure I take care of my business credit. At the very least, start that's the one that I'd likely, one of those two are the ones that I'd likely pay off 30 to 40% of it after closing this deal come Tuesday. I'll pay 30-40% of that with that money, bam, and then continue making payments toward it aggressively. And then also, as I build for the client as well, the goal would be to do a really good job for them, so he could potentially refer me to another client as well. They have really good connections, so that would be a blessing within itself. And that's just what I have right now. You know what I'm saying? I also have to get on Meetup again and see if there's another networking event that I could attend. I know every third Thursday of the month, there's a networking event that, so far I've gone to twice. I want to go ahead and attend it again and just kind of see, if I could close somebody. I have a meeting come the 27th as well with someone. She hasn't confirmed, but I did send her the invitation, and I'm considering my offer being I'll just actually build it out for free. All you have to do is cover the software costs, and assuming I do a good job, which I'm confident I will, just refer me to somebody. Refer me to somebody, and that right now would be the biggest benefit to me. Just building credibility and trust with local business owners is where I'm at right now. So just doing a good job for people and being referred. The software itself, I will charge $97 a month, just to kind of help mitigate some of my expenses. And again, right now my focus is providing value and covering some of my expenses, so that the income that I do generate, I could cover my debts. I could pay my debts off and just really knock that out. But it's exciting, having a goal, even if it's something as basic as paying off debt. Waking up after something, chasing something. This week, I typically meet up with the boys in person, and we smoke cigars. That's typically 2 to 3 cigars. I smoke about 2 to 3, and then I don't like to show up without a cigar as well for people. So I'm gonna actually pass this week, and this week, so today's Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm gonna pass on a couple things. I'm gonna pass on going to link up with the boys to smoke, because that's gonna be between that day. I'm already looking at about 90 to 120, and I could be working in that time. So what I'm going to do on Sunday is, instead of doing that, I'm just gonna make more money. I'm gonna buy one cigar. I'm gonna light that motherfucker up, and I'm gonna make money. I'm gonna make money throughout the day. And yeah, I'll jump on a call and maybe get on the call with them via Zoom. But at the very least, I'm making money while I'm on there. If we have a good conversation, great. But if not, at the very least, I'm going to be making money, and I'll make an additional, 60 to 120. And it's not a lot, but at the end of the day, that's better than me spending 90, spending 80, spending 90, spending 120, right? So that's going to be the goal, just to keep it moving, keep building. I also had kind of set a date for Monday with a girl to just hang out at a lounge. I told her 2 things. I was like, we're either gonna hit up a lounge or smoothies, but I'm geared towards the lounge. I'll probably I'm not gonna no-show, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna no-show, but what we're gonna do is I'll likely just grab a cigar or 2 and just enjoy myself. Have her, I'll be there first, and then have her pull up. I'll be smoking. Have her pull up. Ask her if she wants anything to eat or drink. Be my guest. Just grab whatever you'd like. and then just have conversation. You know what I mean? If she wants a cigar, she can get one too. I don't know if she smokes. I don't know any of that, but we'll find out. I'm gonna go into it with the mentality of networking. You know what I'm saying? I'm going into that one with the mentality of networking. So, you know, I don't know what she does. She may be able to provide value to me and my business, and I'll mention what is it that I have going on, and see if she's able to provide value to me. You know, I'll just shoot it to her straight, and just let her know, like, yo, you know what I mean, this is what I'm looking for. I need a little help with expanding my business. If you happen to know anybody, that a business owner specifically that would like to utilize automation to streamline their business ops, stay connected. You know, I could either show you some of the basics so you have confidence. I can show you what I'm doing for other clients, and then you got to also mention the incentive. You know, so we could put it at 30%. You know, so you bring a business my way, I'll pay 30% of the recurring revenue. So as long as they are a client of mine, then that's 30% that goes into your bank as well every month. So mention that, and then likely we're going to go into the conversation. I'll try not to go too analytical. If anything, that's a good excuse to maybe jump on a Zoom, and I'll just show her some of the stuff that I'm doing and kind of go from there. But before I go into that, my goal, I'm going to maybe talk a little bit about her, or at least ask some stuff about her. Like, okay, so what do you do? Why'd you get into that? I'm assuming you love it, right? Because you're doing it. So, like, I'm assuming it pays the bills, or like, what's the end result? What's the end goal? What's the outcome that you want from that? Is it just a job? Are you looking to get into something else? You know, how long have you been doing it? You know, these type of questions, and see if I can find value in her. You know, find value in her that's mutual, right? So find value in her that's mutual, that could bring us both benefit. Had another girl that I was conversing with. Seems like she has a couple things on her plate, and I get it, family first to a certain degree. You know what I mean? Family first. So I just kept it at that. I was like, I just let her know straight up, all right, that's fair enough. I'm not gonna chase. You know what I mean? I'll be here pretty much. But obviously right now you got too much going on. So she responded. I haven't even replied. And then there was another girl that similar. She just ended up telling me last minute that she had too much. She had too much that day. She had to do too much, which, I mean, whatever. I didn't even respond. I could follow up later on and be like, so what's up? But that's the name of dating. That's why, you know, I do it as I'm operating. You know, I meet bitches as I'm moving, as I'm operating, as I'm living my day to day. But as far as going out of my way to meet them, man, I could no longer do that. It's just a waste of time, because here's the thing, man. As a man, you know, when you say you're gonna be somewhere, you make plans, you adjust things in your life to make sure that you follow through. And it seems like it's a couple things, right? So obviously there's not enough value that these girls have saw in me to be able to adjust their schedule, right? Because when you, hypothetically, let's say if they got a ticket to a Drake concert, they're gonna find a way, right? If they got a ticket to you know, one of these celebrities, a fucking Kendrick Lamar concert, they're gonna find a way. If they got a ticket to Bad Bunny or Russ or one of these celebrities, they're gonna find a way. So my mindset is, that's cool, you know what I mean? And I get it, like, things change, but I can't just accept a random I don't know, man. I just don't. I think about me following through. I think about my schedule as well. I think about the fact that, you know, as soon as I make that plan with the girl, I'm already thinking about that a week in advance, 3 days in advance or whatever. I have that in mind. That's why I think it's important too, and that's why men, I think, say that you should invite a girl into your life, meaning you should be doing stuff and simply invite girls into your frame, into what is it that you are already doing. That way you don't have to really deal with what I'm dealing with, right? Because it wouldn't be a big deal if these girls no-showed me if I was gonna do this anyway, right? So that's why I started picking a cigar lounge. You know what I mean? Because it's like, don't show, great, I get to smoke a cigar and I'm good. And then if you show, great, you're in my element, you're in the area that I really enjoy being in, which is a lounge. If the vibe is bad, okay, great, I still am at the cigar lounge, good conversation with other people. They pretty much have what I want and need. And if the conversation goes great, then great, we could take it to the next level. Maybe I'll invite her to, I'm considering two things. After the cigar lounge, we can maybe grab something to eat, depending on if we eat at the lounge. If we do eat at the lounge, I'll take it to, we'll go ahead and just go for a walk. I'll find a trail nearby and we'll just go for a walk. If we don't eat, I'm considering just maybe stopping by a Waffle House and just grabbing something light. And then after, if the conversation still goes well, we will go ahead and take a walk. And then after, I'm going to see if I can get some head. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to see if I can get some head and see if I can, kind of, move it to that level, depending on how we move and shit and how we connect. But yeah, and that's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. But most importantly, man, if you could take one thing away from this is, don't go out of your way for women, bro. Like, just straight up, don't go out of your way for women. They are frothy when it comes to following through, especially in a day and age where they're just spoiled with opportunity and a bunch of people just offering them the world and some. So just prioritize yourself throughout this journey. Make sure that you are always okay. And for some reason, everything else will begin to fall in this place. All the girls and everything you want will fall in this place as long as you prioritize yourself. Let's go.